What's going on, guys? Thanks again for tuning in to the Aftershow at sportsnet.ca. There is so much to discuss, but I want to remind you all of the hashtag for this week, which is, were Cory and Bruno set up to fail? So we want to know your thoughts on that being put at Citi Field. But of course, if there's any other questions that you guys have, let us know. For Jackie, of course, we have Cam Stewart coming in today. So let us know if you have any thoughts, and we'll get to that. But we're going to dive right in with our on-phone guests. We wish we could have them in studio, but they're not here. They're on the phone. We got TJ and Harrison. Are you guys there?
Yo, what's going on, guys? I am here, yes.
So first of all, I want to start with you, Teddy. You finally got your first win. How did it feel, man? How did it feel?
It was, that whole experience was an amazing feeling, but to finally get my name on the board and show that I really belong with those other 6 guys was the best part about it. And then to have you guys announce that I won in the middle of Times Square with hundreds of people around us, it couldn't have been a more perfect moment.
And Harrison, watching your streeters back during the episode, what did you think? What was your kind of gut feeling watching it back? Do you think that maybe you still should have won it?
Watching it back, I think I definitely had a shot, but I think it was all about, crafting your story and what your segment was about. Rucker Park and Madison Square Garden are obviously 2 completely different places, so it's really hard to compare apples to oranges. So really, it was out of my hands. I think I definitely had a shot, and I was really happy to be in the top 3. I don't know. I'm looking back at it now, maybe.
What about watching Teddy go to batting practice? I mean, I absolutely loved it too. Jackie, what was it like really quickly? It was amazing, eh?
Batting practice is always a really, really good time. But I remember the first time that I went to batting practice, it's a very nerve-wracking place. Because
I've never done it. It
is because it's different than any other sport in the sense that the guys are out there for 2-3 hours. They're walking around. They're doing their own thing, It's not secluded like a dressing room in hockey where the guys are there. You just go up to them because they're changing. They're done practice. Like, these guys are practicing, and you're trying to get them while they're in between stretching and BP and catching balls and stuff. So, I was nervous for Teddy, but, and I think he was very nervous at the start. But in the end, he pulled through, and he got the job done.
Teddy, did you like how we put that little segment together?
Yeah, it was actually awesome, man. I have to thank Jackie for keeping me, sort of on a level head and just kind of helped me push through. And the interview with Sergio to start was amazing. And then she's like, okay, you're on your own. You can either sit back and watch, or you can continue to go get interviews, and that's exactly what I did. And I got to thank JP and Brett and Buck Martinez and the Garfoos, all those people who took their time to talk with me to make that segment even better was so unreal. Right off the bat, I was a little nervous, but once I got that first interview out of the way, it was just like any other day. It was so cool to be at Yankee Stadium.
Of course. And, Teddy, I think you should be proud of what you did. You got a couple big names. I mean, to have Brett Laurie saying you get a pass is amazing. But I think, can you just talk about, obviously in the show, it looked very simple. You just went there, you got your interviews. But it is more difficult than it came across on the show. But you did succeed in the end.
Yeah, obviously the first interview was set up for us, so that was kind of easy. But going up and asking guys, while they're in their warm-up routine and a daily routine, say, hey, can you just give me 2 minutes to talk? It's not always easy, and I've been that guy, and I know sometimes you don't want to be disrupted when you're getting mentally prepared, but you just got to kind of stick your neck out there. If they say no big deal. You just got to move on. But they were gracious, and I know you were able to talk to each one of them after, and you got a little bit of ribbing on JP at the end, so it was good for everybody.
We do want to talk about the drama, though, there at the end. You took that, I want to say, another little shot at Harrison, which is something you seem to be doing now on the regular, taking little shots at the guys. Was it playful? It didn't really come across that well. Bianca, what did you think?
I thought it was nice and snarky.
Nice and snarky. What was that all about, Teddy?
Okay. For people who don't know, Harrison does an amazing Buck Martinez impression. And I know that he would have done everything in his power to be where I was, and he tried. Unfortunate for him, I got the opportunity to go. And so I talked to Buck Martinez, and I kind of said, hey, you know what? We're all big fans, and I just kind of wanted to give some love for Harrison. And then after, I played a little joke on the guys, saying I didn't get an interview. I didn't talk to anybody. It was terrible. We're on the road so much together, in the vans, doing everything together. I just wanted to lighten the mood, and maybe some people took it the wrong way. maybe they felt that I was being mean and taking jabs, and if that's the way they took it, I'm sorry. But I like to lighten the mood and have fun with people. Sometimes people can't take a joke.
Harrison, did you think it was a joke, or did you think it was maybe a little bit out of line? Well, I'll let you comment. What did you and the rest of the guys think of the way Teddy handled himself after his win?
Obviously, coming back from batting practice after a win like that, you're on cloud nine. I completely understand it. I felt like that when I came out of the Hall of Fame. I felt like that after interviewing Kelly Olynyk. So I completely get it. And I get the joke, but in this moment, especially after that pressure-packed day, it really didn't come across as joking. It more came across as a jab and maybe a scare tactic, or maybe some sort of meta game that he was trying to do, which is why Teddy and I were rooming in New York, which is why I addressed it with him right away. And I said, look, man, you rubbed me the wrong way today. I know you really didn't mean to do it, but that's what happened. And I cared enough about Teddy and I's relationship beyond this show that I didn't want something like this to get in the way of it, because I know he meant well. It just came across really badly at the time.
So now that you've kind of gotten your first win under your belt, Teddy, I want to know, you've been watching the show obviously week to week. Do you think that you're now a front runner in this competition? Because we've been talking for a few weeks now how this was kind of Harrison running away with the competition. Teddy, how do you feel now at this point?
I don't think I'm a front runner. I think Harrison's still the guy to beat. He's been the most consistent. He continually puts in great efforts and shows that he is a great, personality. He has a good look for Sportsnet. I'm just continually slowly climbing the ladder, and I think that's what I needed to do. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, and I think I'm on a good path for the final few episodes here and coming up to the finale.
I gotta believe, getting this win for you was obviously a big deal. I mean, your reaction in Times Square spoke for itself. I mean, I looked at Harrison actually and was like, and the winner is, and I totally got you, by the way.
You did.
But you know what? You were so ecstatic, and rightfully so, because you had been so close in previous challenges. But I gotta think that some part of you, because as you just said, you felt that Harry was the guy to beat. I gotta feel like some part of you was kind of trying to get under his skin. Maybe just a little. Come on. Just a little.
Okay, when you do something like what I did, you're obviously trying to get a reaction out of people. And yes, I was trying to play on people's emotions and, hey, haha, I got to go to batting practice and I'm just going to pull your leg a little bit. But you know what? That's just, I'm come from a culture of being in a locker room with guys and you play pranks on each other. And it felt good to win. And yet, you know what? In hindsight, I probably acted in poor taste. But that's just kind of how it came out.
I just want to say, I think both of you did really an amazing job. I loved watching that back. The whole Streeter section I thought was wicked. Harrison, I think you did a really good job of showing a different side of yourself.
Oh, for sure.
We all agreed. And Teddy, the truth of the matter is that you did do a very good job and you won your first challenge. So I think it's great for both of them. We got to say bye. We have a jam-packed after show, but thank you guys for joining us. I'm sure we'll talk to you again very soon. So thanks again, guys, okay?
All right, thank you.
Bye, guys. Fantastic job on Streeters. They are not easy.
No.
As you will see later in the show.
We'll see.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Oh, easy,
No,
easy.
settle down.
Okay, now without further ado, it's time to bring out someone I've looked up to for a long time. I know a very good friend of Jackie's, a very good friend of all of ours, actually. The one, the only, Cam Stewart is in the building. Cam, come on down, buddy. Woo! I'm sorry, I didn't know we had Ric Flair. We had Ric Flair in the. Oh my God.
How are you doing, man?
Good, buddy.
Oh, look at
Good,
these
look, you got Richard. Thank you again.
I get to sit beside my partner, Jackie Redmond.
Richard
Thank you.
looking very
Cameron.
normal today. Eh? I don't know if we can all
Where's
see-
the sweater?
Where's the
Richard?
sweater, Richard? Richard dressed
See you, buddy.
very casual.
Richard's a good guy.
He's a very good guy. As are you, Camp. Thanks for joining us, by the way.
Wow, yeah, late night. You guys are really working it tonight, eh?
Oh, thank you. So we always kind of start with the highs and lows of the episode. I know you watched the thing back. Was there something that jumped out at you? Something really great? Something really bad? Is there?
I got to give all the guys credit though.
Yeah.
Doing Streeters, you heard Harrison. It's not easy.
No.
I remember the first time back in the day when I was working at Sportsnet, was owned by another company. I went down and interviewed Carlos Delgado when I was like Like not, you know, like first assignment, I'm like, you're on fire, you're on fire. Like I said the same thing like 3 or 4 times, acted like a complete moron. You know, Jim Fergosi was gonna punch me in the face for basically giving him a comment instead of asking him a question. It's not easy. Yeah. It's one of those things that over time you get to your comfort zone and then you figure it out. But for the guys to be in that situation, I thought they did a really good job for the most part. But the one thing I can tell you is, when you're doing streeters, you're gonna meet knuckleheads, you're gonna meet tools, and you're gonna meet wicked people, and sometimes you're not gonna meet anybody. Yeah. And when you don't meet anybody, you know, you can't quit in the situation. I don't care if it's the hot dog vendor, some tool selling jerseys or whatever, you have to keep on trucking and trucking and trucking. Like, one of the things about Cory, and I really like Cory too, he's a good guy, but you can't quit in that situation. No. I don't care how hot it is, you know, talk about your sweat rings, make a joke about it, but you can't just say, I'm gonna be on my cell phone making calls. You can't do that. You have to keep on battling. It's a competition, and streeters is one of the things. They did the journey of the cup. Some days you're on fire, and some days you're not. But you got to keep on. You got to keep on doing it. It's your job.
And we'll see more of that. Yeah, please.
If I can jump in really quickly, you're talking about Andrew Cory. He actually tweeted during the show saying, "Not at my best. Should have found one more person, but I didn't give up. I did my 10 minutes, and then it was Bruno's turn." So you guys were there.
Here's what I.
Did he give up?
Here's the thing. Yeah. Here's what I have to say about that. I get it. You have 20 minutes total, and you're working with another person. But at the end of the day, you need to get the job done. And I understand the 10 minutes and 10 minutes, but Bruno wasn't using the camera guy at that moment. And he could have got in there. He could have tried to get someone and got in there. There was 30 seconds left. I remember the producer yelling, 30 seconds. Yeah. And it wasn't Bruno's turn necessarily, but he was running. He was hauling butt trying to find somebody. And I just think... just don't use the time as an excuse. It's an excuse. Don't make excuses.
You could tell the whole episode, like when it was Bruno and Cory's turn, Bruno was like running through the parking lot. He was jogging up the sidewalk. And Cory's there on his phone.
Bruno and Cory were a prime example of how in life some things are just events. They're not negative. They're not positive. They're what you decide they are. And in that situation, Bruno decided to go for it. And I personally felt that Andrew Cory dropped the ball, and that's just the way that I felt. I love Andrew Cory, but that was not his best showing.
We even talked
Who
about
said life was fair, man?
No, it's not.
You know what? And you could say, watching the episode, did they get hung out to dry? Sure, there was nobody there. There wasn't a baseball game to the night. But at the end of that PCC, all those guys lined up on the railing. You could have gone bing, 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 and knocked them all off. And if you met Cory, he's got a lot of charisma, and he's a guy actually. It actually shocks me because he's actually one of the guys. I think the guy's a hilarious guy. Yeah. I'd hire him to sell cars. And another thing is,
is that a compliment?
No, it is because hey, everybody need to know. But he's a guy that can sell himself. Yeah. And watching that, I'm a little bit disappointed because I've seen him off camera, and we've gone out and had drinks with the guy. He is Dr. Charisma when he wants to be, and that piece, that wasn't a true reflection of the person he is.
It's one of the things that we noticed when we got there. He almost gave up right when we showed up to Citi Field. Yeah. Before even the challenge started, there was about an hour we actually had a bite to eat. People were walking around. We gave them time to go try to figure things out. And you could already tell he was defeated before the thing started.
Yeah, and I mean, just to comment quickly, because I know we do have to move on. We only have 30 minutes. But, we're talking a lot about his attitude and him giving up or not giving up. If you actually look at the streeters that he did do, forget about the attitude, forget about all of that. The one interview that we did see, he wasn't even talking about baseball. He's talking about basketball. So outside of all of that, it still wasn't a good performance.
Tip number one, we're in the sports business. You don't say, I'm not a baseball guy, I'm a basketball guy. You know what?
You don't ever.
You like curling. You like golf.
Dog sledding, right?
Yeah,
That's
hey, buddy, I covered dog
this guy.
I don't want to bring up stories about the Northwest Territories, but I've covered Iditarods and caribou carnivals. I've seen it all. I'm talking about like sports like knuckle hop and head pull and Alaskan high kick. I've done it all. Been there, done that from Nunavut to the Northwest Territories. Shannon, one of the camera guys, he's been there and he's seen these sporting exhibitions. You know what? I'd rather be at an NHL game. Okay. You know what I mean? But you got the bottom line is whatever situation you're in, just do it.
In the real world, if you're given an assignment to go to Citi Field, you're not going to talk about basketball.
Something really interesting happened, though, that actually people who were watching the show didn't see, is that when we got to Rucker Park, Andrew Cory actually took it upon himself to do his own interview. He grabbed our camera guy, Brody, who kind of shoots behind-the-scenes stuff, and he went over and did his own interview on the side. We actually have footage of that, so we're going to show you that interview, Andrew Cory's interview from Rucker Park, right now. Let's play it out, guys.
Sportsnet 360, I'm Andrew Cory. I'm here with Kareem. How's it going? Good to have you. What do you tell the people up in Canada where you play?
I'm at the University of South Dakota. My name is Cory and Bruno. That's where I'm playing at.
And are you from Harlem?
Yes,
Yeah.
right across the street.
Nice. So you're back for the summer.
Yeah,
And I'm assuming you're there on full ride. How do you like being so far away from home?
I like it. It's a good experience. Get to see a lot of different people, meet different people every day. It's a good experience.
Okay, now, I'm from the Toronto area. Are you familiar with the Raptors? Are you familiar with DeMar DeRozan? Have you been compared to him ever before?
Yeah.
Because your game is exactly like his. Your physique is like his. Sorry, you're going to say something.
Yeah, I like DeMar DeRozan game a lot. I don't think I imitate him that much, but people always say I compare his game a lot.
Now, are you running at the 2 or the 3? Because I noticed, you're a big guy, but you have a smooth stroke. Where's coach been putting you at?
Mostly the 3, sometimes the 4 for mismatches.
Yeah.
Because I can guard a couple people in my league. Because I played the 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, Kareem, you're going into your senior year now?
Yes.
Okay, what are your expectations for this season?
Hopefully get my team to the tournament and make a good name for myself. Hopefully able to get a chance to play basketball.
What are your chances of playing in the NBA? I'm assuming that's been a dream of yours since you were a little kid, right?
Yeah, of course. That's everybody's who play basketball's dream, but it's one in a million chance. But if you get lucky, you get there.
And whose game do you admire the most right now in the NBA?
Kobe Bryant's always gonna be my favorite player. Always.
Cool. Last question. They sign you. You get that contract. What's the first thing you do?
First thing I do is take care of my mother.
Amazing. All right, you heard it. For Sportsnet 360, thank you. I'm Andrew Cory. Thanks so much. All the best. Nice to meet you.
So it was actually a pretty amazing interview from Andrew Cory. That guy was definitely the star of the show there at Rucker Park. Andrew kind of took it upon himself. What did we think? Bianca, please.
Can I comment on this?
Please.
This feels to me very much like the live, what was the last one? The live hit,
Breaking news?
Breaking news, that's what I'm
sure,
thinking of.
sure,
Breaking
sure.
news. This reminds me of Breaking News when he got the second take and the whole thing was, that's not the challenge. This area was not your challenge. It was.
Sure, he had his point. He had his time at Citi Field. He didn't
did,
get it done.
And you didn't use
he
your
took...
time properly, and you're going here. And even if, I didn't even find this interview to be that engaging. But
it was definitely better than the stuff he did at Citi Field.
Well, because there was nothing happening at Citi Field, but I just feel like this is not your challenge.
Jackie, how'd you feel about it?
I'm going to preface it with this. I liked the interview that Andrew Cory did at Rucker Park. I think if that was his challenge, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
He was comfortable, which I think he has a hard time being himself in front of the camera, but that was Andrew Cory in his element, and it was good. I do see what Bianca's saying about the fact that was not Andrew Cory's time. It was Joseph O2 and Teddy's time, and he did that interview while they were doing their challenge, and I'm just going to finish quickly. Teddy or Joseph O2 could have interviewed that guy, and he would have been a great interview subject, but they didn't get the chance because Andrew Cory was interviewing him. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Do you think it was because I didn't take it as
malicious? I don't
malicious.
think it was malicious.
It wasn't at all.
It wasn't malicious.
And I don't think it was for the show either.
No, but listen, it wasn't malicious. It wasn't at all, but it was selfish. That's what I think, personally.
Okay, Cam, how did you obviously, you weren't on the road at this stage.
You guys were rolling in the truck, right? So, honestly, no, you have your chance. You didn't perform. I like the fact that he tried a second time.
That's what
Bianca's
I'm saying.
a very sweet girl. Bianca, I don't want to get you upset because you look so sweet, but I don't, the wrath. But he was trying. He was like, the thing is, you
but
can't.
That wasn't
I get it, Jackie.
Yeah.
I get it. You know what? Sorry, pal. You had your opportunity.
Okay.
You appreciate a second effort, but who cares? It doesn't matter.
I
You
will
didn't knock
say,
it
though,
down. You didn't do
Andrew
it the first
Cory,
time.
great piece for your demo reel. Great piece.
It was an amazing piece. But all I'm saying is this: I don't think Andrew Cory did that to try to show.
And I'm not saying
that.
that.
No,
I'm not saying
listen,
that.
let me finish. That it had to do with the Gillette Drafted show. I think he was so down on himself after Citi Field.
You're correct.
That he wanted to prove to himself that he could talk to a stranger and make it entertaining and make it engaging. That to me was Andrew Cory proving it to himself.
Right.
And I love him for that. Yes, it was bad form that he did. It was bad timing and it was bad form. But I think his heart was in the right place.
It was. Heart's in the right place.
It was.
What have we talked about from Gillette Drafted Season 1? Red lights on, deliver.
Yeah.
His challenge was at the ballpark, dude. Sometimes you don't get a second chance in life.
And you're right.
You know, you get one date with a woman. If you screw it up, you're not going to see her again. Sometimes
the
in
girls
life,
know that.
you get one chance. Deliver.
No,
right?
and you know what? That seems to be the theme. Sorry, with Andrew Cory, pretty much the whole season now. When the red light is on, he doesn't really deliver. When the red light's not on, he's engaging, he's funny, he's smart.
You got to be able to handle the pressure.
You got to be able to.
But I will say, just to clarify, I don't think that Andrew Cory was being malicious.
Okay.
I just think that the timing was off, and
The timing
it was bad timing. Let me just put it that way.
Okay, so one of the things that we didn't really talk about that, Cam, I definitely want to get your impression on, because you were there, was these Gillette promos that we did at the Gillette factory. It was an emotional day. Bianca, I don't even, but like Jackie admitted before off camera, pretty much everyone there, cast, crew, everyone was in tears by the end of the day.
Oh, when Andrew Cory told his story, I mean, to go back to Andrew Cory, I mean, what an emotional story.
Yeah.
I was literally bawling on the sidelines listening to him talk about
even
that.
not just him. I mean, Harrison had an emotional story. O2 had an emotional story. Cam,
the problem was, Matt, it wasn't Schindler's List. This was supposed to be a promo. Like, I don't want to sound insensitive.
No, I
and,
know.
And the bottom line is, there was a disconnect.
Yes.
There was a disconnect in the way, I don't know if they understand what the promo meant. If you watch Renee, she's talking about meeting WWE legend Mean Gene. Jackie talks about not giving up with Kessel.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't do one, so I would have talked about, you know, meeting a Seattle Seahawk in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Something like that. I get it, and those stories were great. They were emotional, but you got to know, the thing is, I don't want to sound insensitive, but you have to know your audience. That promo was not intended to make us cry. It's supposed to be an inspirational piece about why you're in this industry, why you're not going to quit, and why you want the job. So either people weren't listening, it was not explained to them properly, or nobody cut in and said, let's do it another way. Am I right, or am I right?
You're 100% right, but we definitely want to go to Twitter. Is there anything going on? Because I'm really curious to know whether people thought that we set up Andrew and Bruno to fail. Because I know that even when we first did the show, Bianca.
Well, Nick Azimakis, I'm so bad with these names, said, I don't think they were set up, but Bruno made the effort to look for people, given that there weren't very many there anyway.
Yeah.
It just always comes back to Bruno putting in that extra effort.
Yeah. And I will say, you know, it's funny because you mentioned the fans that were in line waiting for autographs. To me, like, I would have went right there and it would have been like, what's better, an autograph or a tweet? But I mean, that's besides the point. I think there were difficulties at Rucker Park. There were difficulties at MSG. I mean, MSG, it's like nobody wants to talk to you.
I was going to say.
They're like, I don't have time for you and your little show. I need to
MSG
like, get
was
to work.
intimidating. There were serious business people there going home from work.
I would say
they wanted no time.
I would say Brett and Harrison probably got turned down for interviews more than anybody else.
No question.
Yes, they got a lot, but they also got turned down a lot.
If I can just cut in there and say, Brett actually tweeted saying that he felt that MSG was a huge challenge because people were just coming off of work and they didn't want to talk.
We talked about
everything's a challenge.
And the other thing too is Rucker Park was so basketball heavy, right? You had to know your basketball.
And Teddy's not a basketball
not a basketball. And you know what? That's a great point, Jackie. I think that helped Teddy in a way. The fact that he was not really a basketball guy, but went to Rucker Park. I loved how he did the whole nickname thing. He really grabbed hold of that. I thought that, to me, that's what Rucker Park is all about. I thought he did a really good job. I'm happy he won the challenge, and I feel like he deserved it.
You know what?
Teddy would interview Gary Gate from the National Lacrosse League, and no one would know who the hell he is.
I know, exactly.
That's the thing about lacrosse. You could walk into a Walmart. It's like certain guys on the PGA Tour. Who knows who Bo Van Pelt is? But you know what I mean? And you got to give him credit for that because that wasn't his strong suit. And I will say one other thing. I know this is your guy's show. When you're doing streeters, you got to sell out. We were in Chicago, and certain people were getting boring, whatever. We're in the playoffs. Like, come on, give some life. Hey, if I have to go up to a homeless guy with an iguana and let that thing carve up my face for laughs on TV, that's what you have to do. No, honestly, you know what I mean?
No,
it's kind of like show business. Sometimes you just got to go. If it's not going your way, there should be a little voice inside your head that says it's got to get better.
I think that this episode is a prime example that in this business, things might not go properly. Something for sure is going to go wrong. Something for sure is going to go wrong, and it's kind of how you handle that. And I have to say, watching it back, Teddy did an even better job than I realized at the time that we were there. And Anthony Bruno, I give him all the credit in the world because, you know, he had every reason to give up, and he didn't. And I honestly really, really admire his work ethic a lot after that episode.
Bottom line is they did a good job for the first time doing streeters.
Streeters are tough, and you're going to see because we tried them.
Fantastic segue, guys. Thank you so much. Yes. We did our own Streeters Challenge before this after show. We cut a little montage together, if you will. The four of us competed. We're going to announce a winner. So watch the video, come back. We'll see who the winner is, all right? Check it out, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Yes, we do.
Winner of the challenge gets a hot turkey sandwich on Chris Barrow, the executive producer. Let's start this thing. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, that drink looks very, very tasty.
What's going on?
I don't know. Do you like hockey?
My boyfriend.
Oh, your boyfriend is he a Leaf fan?
No.
Okay, well, you can move on then. Sorry. I apologize, but that beverage looks real tasty. I love whipped cream. Hey, fashion couple, what's up? Where are you guys going? Hey, can I ask you a question quickly? What do you think? What do you know? I was going to ask you, what do you think about the Leafs' hot start? Are you impressed? This team, they've been in the doghouse for years. Pardon?
I'm not into the Leafs.
Who are you into? The Raptors?
No.
You're into coffee and your boyfriend. What about you?
I've been following mostly the Rob Ford story, actually.
Oh, yeah. Don't I kind of look like Rob Ford? Do you think I could be the mayor? Rob Ford Jr. Hey, what's up, Elmo?
This is my old friend's band.
Wow, that's...
like Border Town.
Wow, that's really interesting.
They were amazing.
They call me the bear. You're kind of a black bear yourself.
So you a Leaf fan?
Absolutely.
Which of the Leafs would you want to take out to wine and dine?
That's a tough question.
I know.
I'd have to go for. I gotta go for Reimer. I mean, you know, he's had it tough right now. We got Bernier in there. I gotta show the guys some respect. I got a lot of. I'm a Reimer fan, so take him out, show him there's a bunch of people that are behind him, and go from there.
Plus, he's got those baby blues, right?
Baby Blues, yeah.
One down. What? Are you a Leaf fan?
Not really,
No. Can you name any of the Leafs?
Yeah, I can name Leafs, yeah.
Which of the Leafs would you like to take out to wine and dine?
Which one I'd take out for a wine and dine?
Yeah.
None of them.
Ouch. Can I get a bite of that? Can I get a bite of that? Oh. No, that'd be so good. So good.
You want to talk about the Leafs for 2 seconds on TV? Yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got to play a little game. You want to talk a little bit about the Leafs really quickly? We got a little game. No, that's what, really? Are you sure? Okay, you know what, man? I need breasts, and I need the first two people had breasts. No, okay. I'm joking. Oh, yeah, okay. Go, let's go. So with that, I hope that was on TV. Anyway, a little stream of consciousness game for us on sportsnet.ca. Yeah? Yeah? No, I like your shirt though. Lovely. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I bet you were a princess for Halloween. Princess? No? Okay. Oh, I got a smile though. That was something. Dude, Jamaican Patty, quick talk. Okay. Toronto Maple Leaf stream of consciousness. Okay. Kessel.
Goals.
Lupul.
On fire.
Brian Burke.
Nah.
Huh. Nazem Kadri.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay, nothing. That says a lot. Boston Bruins.
No, screw them.
Playoffs.
We're gonna make it.
Last one, starting goalie.
Reimer.
I like it. Dude, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your patty, bro.
I'm ready to go already with one guy to talk to. My first question for you, though. Yes. I love it in the morning. I don't want to make any assumptions, but what does that mean exactly?
I think it's basketball highlights. So it could be Maple Leaf highlights, Raptors highlights, any kind of sports, basically. I like to watch the highlights in the morning.
Okay, I want to talk to you about the Leafs off to a very hot start, 10-4.
Unbelievable.
Can they keep it up?
I think so. This is the year, guys.
Hey, you guys want to chat for 2 seconds? Leafs, Toronto Maple Leafs, come on. You like the Leafs. You like the Leafs. Hey, how's it going? You like the Leafs, buddy? I know you like the Leafs. You're a Leaf fan.
Sure, yeah.
Where are you from?
Calgary.
Calgary. You a Flames fan? Because they suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. Hit the road. Hey, you like the Leafs? You like hockey? Oh, well, keep walking. Keep walking. How's it going? You a Leafs fan?
Yeah.
Do you remember a couple years ago, though, when they fell off a cliff in February and lost like 19 of 24 games?
Yes, I do remember, and it was horrible.
Hey, you a hockey fan? No, why not?
Power walking.
Ah. I don't know what's going to happen here. I need one more person. One more person. There's nobody around. Hey, ladies, you guys like hockey? No, you should. You should start watching it. Hey, you're a Leaf fan. I know you are. I can see it in your eyes. I see it in your eyes. Come on, come on. Talk to me. Talk to me. You're going to regret that. Jackie, you look desperate.
Hey, Jackie, it's a night bus.
I think I win this. I think I win this.
You had it at Donut.
You
had it at Donut.
That's Bianca. That's my move. Stealing people's poutine donuts and loose scraps. You've been hanging around with me too long because that's a great
everybody
move.
at home now sees how difficult studios actually are, especially when you get
Let's
rejected.
Just call it out for what
as much
it is,
as Jackie
dude.
Redmond got rejected.
People in Toronto get a life, eh? No wonder everyone in the world thinks people from Toronto are surly. That's some surly people.
I don't think it was that bad.
Surly is the right word.
The edit was not kind to me.
Well, neither were the people of Toronto.
No,
they weren't very
the
You go to Newfoundland, they're hanging off your microphone. We're going out for drinks. People are trying, I'm so busy. I got places to go. Come on, let's get real.
At least my jacket looked amazing.
It did. Your jacket did look amazing. Okay.
It looked really good.
So
your trench coat's a winner.
We were gonna just have the award ceremony here of who won that, but we just heard from the producers that Andrew Cory wants to kind of defend himself. I believe we have him on the phone. Do we have him? Andrew, you there?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Cory, hey buddy.
So,
Okay, dude, so
how'd I
literally,
do?
like, we got to wrap up the show. We have literally 60 seconds for you. What do you want to
right.
say, man? What's up?
All right, I'll be as quick as possible. First of all, I take full ownership for how I did. I don't want to make any excuses. I just want to say that in Boston, I was trying to be real. I didn't plan on getting emotional, but I think it got the best of me.
Nobody holds that
we don't
against
hold
you.
that against you. No.
It was just an emotional day.
It was an emotional day. Don't worry about that. Honestly, Cory, please don't stop with that. But what happened at Citi Field and at Rutgers? Talk about that quickly.
So at Citi Field, if Brody definitely will have a clip of me running around. We found we were going to Citi, and I was like, shoot, all right, I would have rather Rucker or MSG, but I'll deal. We got to Citi and no one was there, and I thought, all right, Cory, you'll find somebody, you'll deal. And then I actually ran behind Citi Field, which Brody would have some tape of that, but I talked to about 30 Mexican mechanics who didn't speak any English. And I'm speaking Spanish, I'm running around, and unfortunately none of that was captured by any of the cameras. So when I found D, I was like just thankful that the guy spoke English. And, he's like, I hate baseball, I don't want to talk about baseball. And I thought, you know what? At that point in time, that's all I had. So I thought, I gotta go with it. These guys told me, if I have somebody, he was a lot more charismatic in person than he was on camera. And then when I found that other guy, I thought, you know what? I've talked my 10. I think I'd gone over. I knew that I had talked a lot more than Bruno. And you guys had said it's a team challenge. So I did not give up. I was like, my time is done. Now, in hindsight, for sure, I should have found someone else. I didn't deserve to be top 3 in the challenge. I take full ownership. But with that said, I just want you guys to know that I absolutely didn't give up. And lastly, at Rutgers, I didn't mean to step on anybody's toes. Maddie, you were right. That was just something that I had to do for me.
Cory, we got to get out, man. We got to get out. I'm sorry.
No worries.
But dude, listen, we understand what you're saying at Citi Field. And yes, of course, there's stuff that the camera doesn't see. It's a reality show. We just felt that your attitude wasn't where it needed to be, and you know that. We talked about that a ton on the actual day, and we've talked about that today. Thanks for calling in. We'll talk to you as we go along on the show. This won't be your last time to talk here on the After Show, so thanks for calling in. We'll get you next time, okay, buddy?
Cheers, guys. Thanks so much. Take care.
All right, buddy.
Bye, Andrew.
Peace. Okay.
If I have a very important tweet that needs to be brought to attention. Joseph02 tweeted after watching our Streeters video saying, "Yo, Jackie, nice press pass around the wrist."
I didn't have a press pass.
You had your swipe card in your hand.
We noticed.
While you were doing those Streeters, girl.
She gets O2'd by O2. I love it. Okay.
I can't make excuses.
There you go. Without further ado, Richard, do we have the verdict? Richard, looking good. Can we get a show? Oh, look at Richard, looking very professional.
No sweater.
I know sweater though. No sweater. Okay, Richard.
They don't pay you enough.
Who knew that Richard can speak? Okay, here we go. Ready? Are we ready for this? Drum roll, something. Okay, here we go. The winner of the Gillette Drafted After Show, Jackie. I'm pretty sure this isn't you.
You weren't so hot yourself, buddy?
T1, we have Bianca and Cam. We have a T1. Are you kidding me?
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
In second place, yours truly, Big Papa Matty D. And coming in last, Jackie, I O2'd myself, Redmond. Absolutely brutal.
Fair. I will not argue with those results.
Yeah, so Cam and Bianca won. So you guys are both getting hot turkey sandwiches, apparently. Guys, thank you so much. We got to roll the credits. We got to get out of here. But thanks so much for joining us on the After Show, as always. We have only a few more left, and then we're going to have the live finale. Guys, it's coming up.
Is it
in a few
22
weeks?
Days?
It's very soon.
Wait, 2 more shows before
We got 2 more shows, and then the live finale. So I still think it's
All very
anyone's race.
exciting.
Anyone? Do we have any front runners? I still think Harrison. Anyone?
I just hope I get a cab chit that night, because going back to we're gonna rock the party hard after that one. I'm thinking, right?
Well, we'll have some cake and some chips.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah, we can't confirm or deny any of that.
I don't think I'm gonna be invited back.
Are you excited for your hot turkey sandwich, though, Cam?
Matt, I live on cholesterol, buddy. It's, my arteries are a yellow tinge. Yes, I love that place. The best thing about going to Zupa is, too, like, they have the deep fryer right next to your table. So, yeah, you get full effect.
Nice, nice.
It smells great. Yeah, no, you're going to enjoy it, Bianca. It's your type of place, not.
See you guys
You don't
next
know.
time. We're out, guys. We're out.
Know me.
You're
You don't know
you're
me.
classier than